Let's imagine something completely terrifying, but also kind of fun to think about. What if the sun, the giant nuclear ball in the sky that basically keeps us alive, just switched off tomorrow? Like a cosmic light bulb going, click. At first, you wouldn't even notice. For about 8 minutes, sunlight would keep streaming down because that's how long it takes light to travel the 150 million kilometers from the sun to Earth. So, for those 8 minutes, life goes on as usual. You'd be scrolling Instagram, someone would be yelling at their microwave, and the world would look completely normal. But then, suddenly, bam! Darkness. Not oops, power outage, dark. Not even it's a cloudy day, dark. We're talking eternal night, the kind of black where you look up and wonder if the universe itself got unplugged. At first, people would think it's just an eclipse or maybe some weird astronomical event. But after a couple of hours, yeah, panic. You'd see mass traffic jams, shelves stripped in supermarkets, and conspiracy theorists screaming, "I told you so," on live streams. Now the sun isn't just about light, it's our heat engine. Without it, Earth starts cooling. Fast. The first week. For the first 24 hours, things wouldn't feel too crazy. Average global temperatures would barely drop. You'd still be able to wear a t-shirt and complain about the Wi-Fi instead of the apocalypse. But within a week, the average surface temperature would plummet below freezing. Rivers, lakes, and even oceans would begin to form ice on their surfaces. Crops? Dead. Solar panels? Now officially useless. The first month. By the end of the first month, temperatures would crash to about minus 40 degrees Celsius. That's the point where Celsius and Fahrenheit finally agree on how bad it is. Most of humanity would be forced indoors, huddling near fires, backup generators, or any form of stored energy. Nations with stockpiled fuel would suddenly become the most popular places on Earth. Forget fighting over oil. It would be a global scramble for coal, wood, and anything that burns. Meanwhile, animals and plants would start dying off in huge numbers. Photosynthesis? Gone, which means no food, no oxygen production, no ecosystem as we know it. Your favorite houseplant? Yeah, it's a frozen stick now. 6 months later. At this point, Earth's oceans would be covered in thick ice. The surface would be so cold that venturing outside without special gear would kill you in minutes. Only one kind of place would still have heat: the deep sea, where hydrothermal vents release energy from Earth's core. Ironically, those alien-looking deep ocean creatures, the ones with glowing teeth and nightmare faces, would outlive us. So yeah, Earth becomes the planet of anglerfish. Humans, being stubborn survivalists, would try to adapt. Underground cities would suddenly make a lot of sense. Nuclear power plants, geothermal stations, and any remaining energy reserves would become the backbone of civilization. If you've got friends in Iceland or near a volcano, congratulations! They're your new best bet. But the real problem isn't just keeping warm, it's food. Without the sun, agriculture collapses. The only way forward would be massive artificial farms lit by nuclear-powered lamps, or people surviving on stored grains until they run out. Which, spoiler, wouldn't last forever. And here's the kicker. Without the sun's gravity, Earth wouldn't stay in its orbit. The sun doesn't just light and heat us, it keeps us in place. If the sun somehow disappeared instantly, ignoring the fact that physics doesn't really work like that, Earth would continue flying in a straight line through space, like a car with no brakes. That means after 8 minutes of everything's fine, not only would we lose light and heat, we'd also be hurtling into the cosmic dark, drifting forever. Imagine Earth as a frozen spaceship, with humanity trying desperately to stay alive inside a glorified snowball. Within a year, the surface of the planet would reach about minus 75 degrees Celsius. Almost all life would be extinct, except for some bacteria and deep ocean weirdos. The atmosphere itself would start freezing, oxygen and nitrogen turning into liquid, then solid, and falling as snow. Earth wouldn't even look blue anymore. It would be a silent, white, frozen rock drifting in space. At that point, unless humans had already built underground nuclear-powered sanctuaries, civilization would be gone. So, what if the sun just went out tomorrow? Honestly, game over. Humanity might survive in tiny pockets for a while, but long-term? No sun, no us. The Earth would turn into a cosmic tombstone, floating endlessly through the dark. The good news? Don't lose sleep. The sun still has about 5 billion years left before it burns out. And if we're still around by then, hopefully we'll have spaceships, colonies, or at least a backup plan that doesn't involve freezing to death. So tonight, maybe look up at the sky and say, "Thanks, sun," because without it, well, let's just say the anglerfish win.